Greetings to the healers and other lightworkers out there. My name is Russ Hatfield, and Karra, as usual, is behind my shoulder. She is, of course, my higher dimensional twin soul and member of Ashtar Command on Hades base. Karra uses this lesson to explain the use of magnets on the base and their use in healing things like broken arms, where they pull the two halves together that are broken. Also included is her description of how they use crystals in conjunction with the magnets to heal. You can follow our online transcript at the link below of our homepage, centerforascension.org, and please subscribe if you want at the end of this video to be alerted to future channeling sessions, editorials from Karra and myself, and lessons from the Center for Ascension. And now, healing with magnets and crystals.
Hello.
Hi, Karra. Hi, Karra.
Greetings. How is it going, gentlemen?
Good, of course. Good.
Okay, let us get down to business. Healer's Hall.
Healer's Hall.
Okay. What do you wish to know?
You used in your bio where we added the chemical compounds combined with crystals. Let's go a little bit on that.
Okay. Yes.
Maybe you could describe it a little bit for us.
Chemical compounds. Okay, using such chemicals as iron. After all, you all need iron. But it is such a minute amount that it is very hard to explain. You use very minute amounts of chemical compounds. For example, calcium mixed in water, apart from leaving a very horrible taste in the mouth, is quite useful. But there are other ways of getting these chemical compounds, such as calcium through milk. That is very useful for bones and hair. So the chemical compounds that I am using are actually included in the food. So it would be more accurate to say nutritional chemical compounds.
Well, that clears that up a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I just remember we were working at one time on somebody who had broken their leg, I think, or something, and you were talking about their arm. I believe you were talking about use of magnets.
Yes.
On Hades base in conjunction with the cast and crystals.
Yes.
And now we're finding similar healing techniques being employed down here on Earth with the use of magnets.
Very strong, powerful magnets.
Right.
And what is actually happening is it is stimulating, pushing together, north and south together, pull together, generating a field that pulls.
Right.
Would those very powerful magnets be electromagnets?
They can be, but electromagnets have to be shielded from the rest of the body because they can have detrimental effects. But generating the field of an electromagnet has to be very high and intense to be that harmful to the body.
But regular magnets will do the same job.
But it takes longer, yes.
Right.
The magnets we use on the base are a magnet that are very, very powerful over a short distance and then dissipate quite quickly.
Do we have anything similar down here?
Electromagnets to a certain extent. But of course, these magnets are charged in a different way in their magnet. Please help me.
Magnetic
Magnetic field.
Magnetism.
magnetism?
That is what I was looking for. Magnetism. The magnetism is much more intense in the ones that we have up here over a shorter area. Electromagnets, their energy field dissipates quite quickly.
Now, as I recall, when Linda was here, we were discussing quite a while back, actually, the use of special magnets.
Biomagnets.
biomagnets. Now, how does that field compare to the ones that you use?
They are similar, but they're also quite different.
They're weaker, right?
Oh, much weaker.
Much
Weaker. And even though they do accelerate the healing process, it is not as rapid as it would be up here with a much more intense and stronger magnetic field. There are magnets up here which are quite capable of actually leaching out of your body the iron. They are that powerful.
Wow.
So it is necessary sometimes to ingest iron in minute amounts to individuals that work in this field. They will ingest more iron than they actually need because they know they can lose some of it.
Are you familiar with the magnets that you can wear in your shoes?
Those are biomagnets.
Oh, okay. So we are talking about the same thing.
Correct, yes.
I've got a pair.
Mhm.
And do you see some benefit with them?
Yes and no. Don't expect a lot because the magnetic field is not as intense as would be necessary to heal. However, they are very soothing and relaxing. They make you feel comfortable. It is something that is useful.
Does doubling the magnets up double the field?
Not as much as one would like.
Mm-hmm. So tripling them, you would get more of a benefit than singularly.
Yes, but the field is not as intense as one would like.
Okay, so you're gonna, no matter what, you're gonna have to work with it on a slower basis.
Correct.
Now, besides working on healing broken bones, what other uses would magnetism that we could find down here, like for example in biomagnets, help in the healing properties of the body?
Oh, there are many different uses that would be used. Cuts, scratches, headaches, believe it or not.
How about wear and tear on your legs? I was told
Yes.
that biomagnets are good because the type of work I do and all the lifting.
Well, that goes back to wearing them in your shoes and the soothing effect that it has. You see, when something is not as tired, it will last longer. When a muscle becomes tired, it is working harder to pump oxygen and blood to the extremities, and therefore it takes more energy. Something that makes that easier. It's very useful. And that is what those biomagnets do.
Do biomagnets that we get on this planet, do they wear out after a period of time? Do they lose their magnetism?
Eventually, yes, but it is something that takes quite a while. Something that I wouldn't worry about in your lifetime, Johnny.
Oh, really? So the pair I bought a couple years ago in Sedona are still functioning and working okay?
They should be.
Okay.
If they're not, you got ripped off. They weren't real magnets.
Now, what if you're able to hook up a battery charge
Mm-hmm.
to one? Would that increase the power without the debilitating effects of actually having electromagnets?
No, it wouldn't increase the electrical magnetic field as much as you are implying.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does increase it, but it is not a dramatic jump.
Okay.
You have to remember to have positive to north, negative to south. Otherwise, you are realigning these poor suckers, and if they lose alignment, what happens?
Reverse it.
No, they lose magnetism.
Hmm.
If they lose alignment, they all have to point in the same way to magnetism, correct?
Right.
Now, if one's going this way, one's going that way, and another one's going that way, and they're going all higgledy-piggledy, what happens to the magnet?
Just kind of a piece of metal.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Higgledy-piggledy? Is that a technical term?
Oh yes, very, very, very technical.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, originally from Sirius, from way, way back, it survived the eon of time.
Oh yes. Oh,
Use the most medical-
immensely old. It is like some of our medical expressions that we use to shorten words, like H, F, HFF. Somebody comes in with a broken leg. Let's say it's a guy. And I would say, HFF, we better work on this one quickly. What does HFF mean? His fucking fault.
Well, that's pretty
Okay, yeah.
diplomatically.
Very
Mhm.
technical.
Oh yes, it's very technical thing. Or what would be another one? Let me see. H. HDB. No. HPH. And I remember when I was a medic in the Army, Syrian Defence Force, I had a few of these.
What's it mean?
Hygiene personal habits.
Oh.
Means he doesn't have any.
So it'd be actually PHH. Personal hygiene habits.
Well, English isn't my language.
True.
I get the words mixed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, working with crystals
Mm-hmm.
and magnets.
Okay. Now, crystals are more of an energy supply for the spiritual being to recharge the injured individual, which is quite common for somebody that has been hurt to feel physically drained of energy. And this is because their body's immune system is fighting the infection or fighting to repair itself. So what do? You use crystal to re-energize the individual. Or, if you happen to be fortunate enough to have healing crystals, use the energies from those, focusing in on the harmed area. And what it is actually doing is the energy that is already in that area, focusing on healing, is being directed by this crystal. Let's say it is a laser crystal, right? And you're using a sweeping motion, right? What you're doing is focusing the energy in that area in a sweeping motion and augmenting it with the energy of the crystal, which is helping to heal by sweeping the energy into a useful, cohesive unit.
So if we were to use magnets also, that would do the same thing.
Yes, but sometimes it is best to use a combination of healing techniques.
Right. Which is why I'm thinking of using both. Crystals and magnets.
Yes, you would use them either simultaneously or one after the other.
Are you familiar with this publication?
Not this one. I'm afraid I can't open Mark's eyes to read it, and I don't read English very well. What is it called?
It's called The Complete Crystal Guidebook.
Yes, I believe I am aware of it.
It says...
It's my book.
No, this is my book.
Well, I've got one too. Then.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh,
It's
so
a
she's
practical
quite
path.
familiar with it.
A practical path to self-development, empowerment, and healing for the beginner and advanced.
Mm-hmm.
It's by someone called Uma Sibley.
Oh, yes.
Shilby
Sibley.
Sibley.
I am vaguely aware of it. Your question being, Johnny?
Is it a good practical handbook for us to use here?
Yes, it is quite a useful tool.
Would there be some other publications that you're aware of that we have on this planet?
I do not have she has expertise on computers, otherwise I would look it up and help you. As much as I would love to, I lack the expertise.
Okay, that's good enough.
Okay. All right. Last questions.
That was
Okay. I'll see you guys later, especially you, dear.